welcome to Tuesday Sprints. I have a very special guest. I've got Lotta from Lotta's Nook. Woohoo! All the way from the Netherlands. Yay! Woohoo! I am so excited to have Lotta on. And I know it's getting a bit late. It's 8 p.m. for Lotta. Meanwhile, it's the afternoon for me. So yeah, let us know what you'll be doing, what you're up to. I am going to be reading, as you see on screen, The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. This is because, and I already see her in the comments, Brittany and Kelsey have their B&K book club sprints, which will be right after this. So we'll be transferring you over. And I was like, well, if I needed motivation to read this, it's now. So I'm going to be reading it today. But Lotta, what are you going to be reading?
Yes, well, I'm going to be reading Blood Marked, and especially because, of course, I'm on Team Human for the Vampire Diaries readathon, and this
Woohoo!
book gets so many points that I knew I had to read it, so that's why. And I also really like the first book, so.
Yes, yeah, you're reading a sequel. And I think I've only heard positive things about the series in general. And I think people have really liked Blood Marked as a sequel. So that's
Yeah.
good. It's on my list of series to read eventually. But yeah. So we're like Team Human for Mystic Readathon. We were also throwback to Battle of the Booktubers. We were both in round one.
Yes.
And round three is going on right now. I've been kind of trying to keep track, seeing what they're doing. And I think their second week of vlogs is posted today.
Oh,
So yeah, very exciting.
I saw
But
the
let's
sneak preview.
Yes, the sneak peek. It looks ups and downs. I feel like every round has like really highlighted moments, and then moments where like maybe I should DNF, and you're like,
Yeah.
is there going to be a DNF? Dun,
The
dun, dun.
shame.
Yes, the shame for shame. Oh gosh. But Laura was here early. Hello, Laura. Reading The Way of Kings, and at page
Ooh,
1089. That's a
okay.
chunky one. Like, oh my gosh, good for you. Also, Glenda's here. Hi, Glenda. Oh my gosh, I'm loving the new profile pic too. I don't know how new it is. Maybe I haven't noticed it, but I'm loving it. Saying hello to everyone. Reading more of House of Marion on page 190 of 401, almost halfway. Oh, it's Bridgerton meets Ninth House.
Ooh.
Interesting. So almost like fantasy, dark academia, but like with some romance, like Regency era kind of romance going on. Some nice packaging there. Hello, Adventures in Fantasy. Reading the Last Gatekeeper trilogy, book Sons of Entropy. Ooh, it's a Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Ooh.
book. Oh my gosh, I've read it before, so it should be a quick read for me. Oh, so it's a reread. Oh my goodness, what? I might have to look into this. I didn't realize it's a Buffy the Vampire Slayer book. Oh, thanks, Glenda. Appreciate it. Also, everyone go check out Lotta. That is another directive. In the description, she is linked. Follow directions, please. That's the most important thing. We all went to school. Every year at school, we're taught to learn and read and like do all these directions. Read the directions in the description and subscribe to Lotta. Okay, teacher mode is over. Also, Donna's here. Hello. We'll be reading Shadow of the Fox and Waiting for Children to Be Home. Sounds good. Sounds like a fantasy, maybe. Aw, Beatrice is here too. Hello, Beatrice. Speaking of round three, Beatrice is a contender in round three for Battle of the Booktubers. On break from work. Yes, a little late. Oh my gosh, I know. Hopefully work ends soon for you. It is getting late in Portugal too. And this is when I saw Brittany. Hello, Brittany. Lotta, I did not know you were from Europe. Yes!
Yes. A
Woohoo! From
Dutchie.
Netherlands. Woohoo! Yes. So Beatrice is from Portugal, and Lotta is from the Netherlands. We got to represent our Europeans. Reading The Clockmaker's Daughter by Kate Morton. That's an author I hear discussed a lot, but I have never read anything by her. So I hope you're liking it, Kelly. Hello, Jen. Just started Wayward. Oh, you know what? When you said Wayward, I was thinking the Wayward Children series by Shannon Maguire. I've been meaning to try that just because I read Into the Drowning Deep by her, but under her
Oh.
pen name. and I really liked it, by Amelia Hart. Hello, Courtney. How are you? What are you up to? Let us know what you're reading or what productive stuff you're getting into. Can't wait to hear your thoughts since I know you love the guest list. Yeah, with you. Yeah, this is an author who isn't polarizing, but I think that. Have you read anything by Lucy Foley, Lotta?
No, is the Paris apartment also
Yeah,
by but I only heard bad things about that one.
me too. I've met some people who've loved it, which I was like, oh, you're not among the majority. But yeah, so I've read The Guest List. I loved it. I read The Hunting Party, which came out prior to The Guest List, and I thought that was okay. And then because of that, I got nervous about The Paris Apartment and didn't read it.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm hearing good things, actually. Like, I think it's been said that those who like The Guest List will like this.
Okay.
That's what I've
Maybe I'll pick it
heard.
up someday.
Yeah, I think she reads a bit more mystery than thriller, which I think is hard for some people. Like they think it's going to be a thriller, but I would argue she's a bit more mystery thriller. But yeah. Hello, Ro. How are you? Good morning to Jen, working here in Oregon. Ooh, Pacific Coast. Hope everyone is well today. Yeah, I think we're having a good day. Ready to read. Hello, Josie. Not sure what I'll be listening to yet. I had a few books going that I would love to be finished with. Lots of laundry to do, and you'll need a lunch sprint. Well, that sounds perfect activities for an audiobook. So I think you're on the right track. If I had the audio, I would probably immersion read this or listen, but I don't. So I'll be physically reading today. But yeah, an audiobook sounds really nice. Kellen's here too. Hello, Kellen. Currently reading one of 11 books on my monthly TBR. Good for you, sticking to that TBR. Currently reading This Poison Heart for the first time. I think that's YA fantasy. I think it's got a really gorgeous cover with like a single girl on the front with like really beautiful curly hair. Let me know, Kellen, if I'm wrong about that. And Courtney made sure to say hi, girls, and said I think you probably hit enter too soon. The new vlog just came out. Yes, I probably 2 o'clock. I was gonna say I think 2 o'clock /8 was when it came out. Can't wait, Beatrice. I'm in between books right now after finishing Mistborn, Final Empire over the weekend. I remember you mentioned it in the Manor Discord that you had just finished that, and your thoughts were quite interesting about it. I might have to try it out. Hello, Linz. How are you? What's going on with you? What are you up to today? Also, your own image kind of matches the color scheme that we're going here for today, like purples, pinks. I kind of matched it off of Blood Marked. Hello, Cool Gamer. Ro is reading Guillotine by Delilah S. Dawson. Ooh, I know. The two of us are very intrigued by that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I need to know if this is a good one.
Seriously, it says Glass Onion meets Saw. So, okay, mystery with Glass Onion, I think, if I remember correctly, and then Saw with like bit of a bloodbath. So, like, okay.
Sounds interesting.
Seriously, yeah. I wonder if is it her new one? I think she's coming out with a new one, but maybe it's from her older titles. Yes, fantasy. It has Kitsune and a Demon Slayer, I'm assuming, or Dream Slayer, maybe. Loving it. Ooh, Demon Slayer. I saw your correction. Work ends at midnight. I work with Americans and all that. Yeah. So, Kitty. The cat was like, okay, I need to make a very special entrance.
It's my time to shine.
Yes, it's my time. Always welcome. Always welcome. Beatrice, I'm sorry to hear that your day ends so late. Would I like Lucy Foley? Ooh, Courtney. I don't know. If you're someone who likes mystery thriller that leans mystery, so probably, it's not a 50-50 split. I would say it might be more like 60-40, 70-30. So I would argue it's a bit more mysterious than it is like thriller, heart pounding. But like I said, I haven't read The Midnight Feast yet. So yeah, I'll let you know as I read on. Hello, Steph. Reading Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. Interesting. And hoping to finish. Ooh, yes, let's finish books today. We can do it. Louise is here too. Hello, good evening to you. Another European, by the way, doing a bit of scout work as always. Oh, in Nordic countries. Remind me, Louise, if is it Norway? Or is it, I think it might be Norway, but you said a Danish book. Maybe you're, I don't know. Let me know, Louise, because I really want to make sure I remember. Have an audiobook, a Danish book, and a physical book. The Black Dagger Brotherhood, number 30. Oh my goodness. You've really dedicated yourself to that series. That's awesome. And good for you that, you're doing a bit of scout work, but you also have reading to do. So that's great. And then need to read more of her books. Ooh, asking, what do you think? By Kaylin Bayron. Okay, so I was right. I knew exactly the book that you were talking about. This is my first book by her. Okay. The time from 8 to midnight is the fastest one, to be honest. Okay, so that's good. It'll go quickly. Don't ask me why. I'm not sure either. Yeah, probably because you're just like ready. Denmark. Yes. Okay. No, I won't forget that Denmark. And you've talked about reading books in Danish before or discussing translations from Danish, so I should have known that, Louise. Dawson 2024 published last Tuesday. So The Guillotine is the newest book by Delilah S. Dawson. Ooh. Yeah, I'm really hoping that she has another book out of the park. So anyone who's not sure, Delilah S. Dawson came out with Bloom last year, I think it was 2023, and both of us on screen, Lotta and I, really enjoyed it. So we highly recommend that. And then Jess is here. Hello, Jess. Spending the next few hours unpacking more stuff and listening to Long Live Evil. Whoa. We're reading a lot of spooky reads today. I mean, it makes sense for getting ready for October, but that sounds very interesting and like a fun, like kind of scary listen. Well, all right, we've reached the end of the comments. I think that what we can do is, yes, whew, good for us. Got to the end. I'm always nervous. I'm like, I don't know. Yes, I'm getting strong. I'm getting better about that. But we're going to do an hour sprint for the first one. And in that first hour, reminder, go check out the description. Check out Lotta's channel, and then you may go off and do other productive things. But yeah, cool. Thanks for being here with us, friends, and we'll see you in an hour. Happy reading.
Happy reading.
Hello, welcome back. Let us know how everybody did. There are quite a few comments I want to catch up on first, and so you'll have to wait a little bit longer to know how Lotta and I did. Ooh, the suspense.
Mystery.
Mhm. Yes, exactly. So Jess had arrived just before we left, and I had posed some questions about Long Live Evil. Apparently, it's a newer fantasy book. Hmm.
Mm.
Where the villains are the ones you are rooting for. I've never read anything like it before.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Doesn't it? Switching things up. We like rooting for villains sometimes. Rally joined us
Oh,
too.
wait a second. Is it
What?
a, is it an Irish is it oh what? Wait 1 second. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay, yes. While we're waiting, I'll check in. Rally says that have read both books on screen, which is actually really exciting. Yeah, I will say I'm enjoying mine so far. Also, Courtney asked how long we're going for. I'm going until 6 p.m. So I go for 4 hours, start at 2. So we've got about 3 hours left, but then we are rerouting to another booktubers channel for another probably 4 or 5 hours of sprinting. It'll be Reads with Kelsey. So if you're here and you want more time, just hold on. It's going to immediately transfer you as soon as I end the sprints, which is really lovely. So yeah, currently reading The Blonde Dies First. Ooh. Okay, yes, I'm waiting. What is it? Oh my gosh.
I
That
forgot. It's an
cover.
Irish writer, but since you said it's like you're rooting for the evil one, I remembered. I remembered. I have it. An exclusive Irish edition, may I add.
Oh, I was going to say, I was like, that cover looks awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Sorry
Well,
for the
we've represented
interruption.
you. No, this is a perfect interruption. Now, Jess, we have represented you. We know exactly what book you're reading. Ooh, yeah. And if you're enjoying it, let us know so then Lotta can maybe prioritize it sooner rather than
Yes.
later. Also, Danny's here. Hello. Yes, our friend. Just
Ooh.
finished Spy Family Volume 1. As well as, is it Hanako Kan? I'm assuming the S was a mistake. Going to run to the library during the sprint. Ooh, sounds good. Yeah, Danny's in a bit of a manga era, mainly because she's participating in the Goddess Complex. And so she's doing her own little kind of competitive readathon. For Beatrice, by the way. And if you guys noticed all of the links, it's because Laura kindly provided, links to Battle of the Booktubers round 3 if people are interested. And yes, so Glenda was checking in. We're going to be redirecting to Kelsey. That's going to be kind of the typical redirect every week, unless it's like a readathon themed sprint. I'll try to redirect to someone who's doing that readathon too. Also, Alicia's here. Hello, Alicia. Happy Tuesday. Just joining, getting ready to go pick up my little ones from school. Yep, it's about that time. But we'll be reading November 9 by Colleen Hoover.
Ooh. That's exciting.
I still haven't read anything by Colleen Hoover. I don't know if I ever will, but Alicia is making her way through the author's canon. Like
Ooh.
just continuously reading different books by this author. I hope you're continuing to have a good time. Also, Hannah's here. Hello, Hannah. I'm currently switching back and forth between Hannah's list. Oh, is it weird that you're reading a book that has your name in it? Like, not just like as a character, but in the title, by Debbie McComber. Oh, so that's like a really popular author too. I've been meaning to try her. And Honeysuckle Dreams by Denise Hunter for audio. Lovely. Got a nice juggling going there. And then you're currently doing laundry. It seems like Tuesday's laundry day. You're not the only one who's mentioned laundry. You guys are reminding me that
I
I need to
just
do
did it as
laundry.
well.
You can see my like striped bags. Those are that's all my laundry that I have to do. So I'm casually covering it up with my
Me too.
seat.
The
Yeah,
the rack.
yes. Yeah, it's like shh, if you can't see it, it's not there. Thank you for the reminder to hydrate. Yes, everyone, be sure if you saw self check-in, water, snack. Do you need a stretch? I did a bit of stretching when I realized the timer was almost up. So be sure to do that. Take care of yourselves. Ooh, I saw this comment come in too. Banana bars. That sounds
Ooh.
lovely. And then you're waiting for them to cool so you can add frosting. I'm terrible at baking because I never wait for things to cool before so the frosting just kind of
Yeah,
melts.
me too.
Yeah, it's a sugar waterfall. That's what it ends up looking like. And I'm like, oops, it's fine. It looks more like a glaze. Just need to wash the dishes too. I did my dishes yesterday, and then suddenly today I'm like, I've got more. Of course, we just keep making dishes.
It keeps on piling up. Mhm.
It really does. It's been a minute. It has, Sam. Hello. Good to see you. You also have been traveling. You've been quite busy. I think the last time we talked, you were on a plane. So you've been running around this summer, but good to have you. Let us know what you're doing. Also, Christina's here and provided a lot of exclamation points greeting myself and Lotta. Hello. Yes, another reminder to hydrate. So yes, drink that water, especially if you just were concentrating for an hour and you're like, when was the last time I took a sip? Maybe take a sip now. Listen to the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Oh wait, now we've gotten to
Ooh.
Josie's comment, meaning that we should probably provide our update. How did you do, Lotta? What did you get up to? How was the reading?
Well, I read three chapters, and so far I'm liking it. I had in the beginning a little bit of a struggle to get back into the story because
Mm,
I don't know why, but I completely forgot the first book. But now I'm remembering stuff, so I really like it. It's really cool.
that's good. How long ago has it been since you read book one?
Well, I read book one for Battle of the Booktubers, so
That's
it was
right.
probably somewhere in March. I think that I read it. So
Mm-hmm.
not that long ago, but my memory is worth nothing.
No, I think because Brittany, I remember also read like Bloodmarked, I think a certain number of months later and was like, yep, knew I should have read
Yeah.
this immediately after because it's a lot, it's dense, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Well, nice. Mine, I got about 30 pages in, and I'm really liking it so far. I'm liking
Ooh.
the atmosphere. It's set at this place called The Manor, which just feels perfect because my Patreon is called The Manor. So I was like, what for me? So yeah, and I'm liking the multiple characters. It's reminding me of the guest list while also reminding me of I think it is called The Manor House by Gillian McMillan. I can't remember the author's name, but I really liked that. I read that at the beginning of the year too. So yeah, feeling good about it. Early days, but I like it. Anyways, back to Josie. Listen to the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Perfect for the season, and 11% in, so still early days. Kelly got to chapter 7. Laura ended up, whoa, 100 pages, I think. I think it might have been about 100 pages you read. I knew that it was like 1,000 and something before. Will hopefully finish in the next sprint. Love a goofy buddy read. I don't know, something that's 1,200 pages. A goofy buddy read?
It's a commitment.
Yeah, it's a commitment to the goofy, I guess. Maybe it's making you
Uh,
go goofy. Had to chase an escaped kitty around my yard for a good portion of that sprint, but we got him back. Then got to 10% of Wayward. Okay, we had a jailbreak. The cat was trying to run away from its love prison, but you got him back, so that's good. Oh my gosh, sometimes those cats they want the freedom, and it's like your
well,
freedom is here by me hugging you and loving you. Okay.
yeah.
Oh gosh. Have been doing paperwork for half the day. So much paperwork. Oh, Maggie, I'm sorry to hear that. It has to be done, but we don't like that it has to be done. Got a snack, read about 42 pages, working on doing some file transfers from my phone. Ooh, good luck. I transfer a lot of stuff from my phone. It always takes way longer than I want it to. Brittany, 92% of whiskey business. Oh my gosh, very close. Also, that's a very funny name, whiskey business. I see the pun, risky business. Danny got back from the library, now working on Battle of the Booktuber things. Eee! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yeah, hope it all goes well.
Oh,
Saying
Jenny,
hello to Quinn.
how did you like Spy Family? She didn't tell us, I think.
Yes, let us
We need
know.
to know.
I've been hyping it up, so I'm a bit nervous. I was telling Danny that Anya is everything.
Yeah.
I've been talking up the dog that doesn't even show up until volume 4. So I don't, yeah, I feel like I'm preparing her for stuff that doesn't happen yet, but we hope you like it.
Yeah.
We've got 2 Spy Family fans here because you've enjoyed Spy Family too, right? You like Anya.
Yeah. I really
Yeah,
do.
there are other characters, but Anya is my number one. It's fine. Read 57 pages of Mother of Death and Dawn. Ooh,
Ooh.
another kind of like hardcore title lens. Got 3 chapters in. Okay, Hannah, reading Hannah's list. Currently reading A Desolation. What? Called Peace and Our Wives. Under the Sea.
Oh,
Oh, I've seen
I
this.
read that one.
Yeah, did you like it?
Um,
Okay,
it,
it's okay. No, no.
I liked it, but I just wasn't in the mood for that type of book. It was a bit weird, which was
Mhm.
okay, but I expected something else from it, so I was just not in the mood. So I do think I'm going to reread it sometime
Yeah.
somewhere.
Mhm. I've heard it's a bit literary. Like I think it
Yeah.
was Amazing Readathon. I think it was one of the host favorites.
Mm,
I think. So yeah, and it was for like literary general fiction team, which
yeah.
kind of tracks. I hope you're liking it. I really want to read Long Live Evil, but the library, oh, your library doesn't have it, so I have to wait.
Oh.
I mean, that cover alone, and you saying it's Irish, like that does intrigue me. It does look good. Una, hello. Dropped off and picked up some books from the library. This is a laundry day and a library day, and I support the latter. I don't know if I support library day because you guys are all making me look bad, but I support a library trip. Now doing a grocery run to make this trip worth it. I might have to go grocery shopping this evening, Una, so I might be following in your footsteps. Also, Paco's here. Hello. Speaking of the Mystic Readathon, one of the hosts is in the chat. How are you doing? Oh my gosh. Also, in 3 days, Paco has an announcement, and I think you can click notify me. So
Ooh.
maybe check it out. That's all I'll say. Got to page 66 of this Poison Heart. Really enjoying it. My spinner wheel has determined I will be continuing it in the next sprint. Ooh, very fun way to enjoy your sprints to do a spinner wheel, followed by the final strife in the 3rd sprint. Very cool.
Ooh.
Legendborn cycle. Mm-hmm. Hello, Nicole. Unpacking all the things, hopefully reading some. Ooh, lovely. Sounds good. I know a lot of house stuff going on with you because I think I was watching your sprints. You sold your house and all the moving and all this stuff. Oh my gosh, craziness. But glad that you have some good reading to keep you company. Do you like coloring? I honestly, I'm someone who's always enjoyed the idea of coloring. I have bullet journals, so I do enjoy drawing, but I haven't been like, I don't own one of those adult coloring books, but I've always wanted to.
I want to
So,
buy a Halloween one. It seems like so
ooh,
much fun.
yeah, like a theme, like a seasonal
Yeah.
theme. I could get behind like a Halloween autumnal coloring book. And then you
Yeah.
buy like a set of like coloring pencils that are just Halloween autumnal colors.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, Courtney, you might convince us. Maybe we should do that. 1,200 pages is not a goofy, but I know, I agree, Courtney. I was like, something's goofy, but it's not the book. It's not the experience. I'm enjoying it. The audio is really good too. I'm only about 50%, and this is for the Long Live Evil book. Only about 50 pages in, but I would definitely recommend so far. It's in the synopsis, but the woman main character makes a bargain to go into a fictional fantasy world. I also like a book with bargains. I feel like it, makes things a bit spicy and crazy. Hello, Jamie. Listening to Shards of Earth by Adrian Tchaikovsky. Oh my gosh, I've been meaning to try this author. I have, I think it's called Service Model. I have it on my shelves, and I think that's probably going to be my first experience with him, but it looks really good. And you're crocheting, which is lovely. It is a good buddy read, not good. Okay, I'm so sorry. I mean, I was ready to accept it. I was like, you know what? This is Laura's version of Goofy. Okay, it's fine. Save her life. Oh, to save her life, and she arrives as one of the main villains. Ooh, okay, okay. Jess, you're making me really want to look into this. I might have to see if my library has it. Popping in from work. Hello, Bethany. Welcome. I hope work is going well. Although I feel pretty goofy, so with tracks, yeah, I was gonna say it might make you go crazy. Danny is loving Spy Family. Ah, we do it. We knew you would. This I gotta pause. The cat can wait because we need to address this. It literally made me laugh out loud multiple times. Anya is fantastic. Yes. Okay, so excited to continue. I have the second and third volume in front of me. Oh my gosh, you've just made Lotta's day, my day. I'm so glad because I was gonna be like, if you were like, Anya was fine, I'd be like, Danny, we need to reconsider
We're
our
not
friendship.
friends anymore.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Be like, we are not friends. Finally moving into our permanent home 3 months later. Oh my gosh, the relief. I'm sure it's been a really stressful couple of months. So I'm really happy for you, Nicole. All right. Well, on those happy notes, this is a good Tuesday, friends. Let's go into another sprint. This should be our second to last one. So the next one after this will be our last on this channel. But like I said, we'll be transferring over to Kelsey's. But Lotta, you're still good to be here for this next sprint, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I know that when it's time for you to go to bed, don't worry. It's fine. Go to bed. We support it. But okay, cool. Well, then I'll get the cat going again and we'll see you guys in an hour. Happy sprinting.
Happy reading.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back. Let us know how you did. We had more people join, which is always fun. So we're going to quickly get through that. Joshua's here. Hi, Josh. And yes, we are fraternal twins. So not exactly identical because we're reading different books by Lucy Foley. We were just talking about the Paris apartment. What are you thinking? Because earlier we were saying that that's the one I think gets the most negative reviews with Lucy Foley. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far, though. I'm really liking it, and my camera is like very blurry. Hello, there we go. It's like, what the heck? Apparently, my camera doesn't like that we're talking about Lucy Foley in a negative way. I'm really liking this so far, though. So yeah, let us know what you think about the Paris apartment. And then also, Nicole has confirmed while unpacking: fly swatter, check. Box cutter, check. That should help with more unboxing. So that'll be perfect. Christina made sure to double check if we've been hydrating. I have. I do need to fill up my water, though. I just saw that it's quite low. Also, Jess is here. Hello, Jess. Slept in, so feeling a bit fuzzy. First thing is breakfast and coffee. That sounds smart. And you know what? Maybe your body needed it. Sometimes we need to sleep in. I hope that your Wednesday has started off well, though, once you have nourished your body. Also, Witchy's here. Hello. We've been talking about Battle of the Booktubers all day, and Witchy is also a competitor. So if you want to go check out Witchy, I recommend. And then we've caught up. So, Lotta, how is this sequel? Are you still enjoying it?
Things are heating up. It is getting very exciting. Yeah, it's really good. I really like it. I'm just back in the world and I don't want to stop. So it's amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Great. Yeah, I think we're both enjoying our books, which is always a relief on sprints because it's bad when everyone's having a bad day, but I think we're all enjoying it. Yeah, I'm very glad that I picked this up because I'm really having a good time. It's suspenseful, like we're jumping around to different POVs. There's also multiple timelines, like the timeline leading up to the Manor's big opening, and then the events after where people are like, oh, there's a fire, there's a body on the beach, and you don't know who the body is yet. So like as we're moving back and forth, I'm like, which one of you are dead? So having a good time.
Sounds good.
Oh, Laura finished the very big, non-goofy but good buddy read. Oh my gosh! And your mind is blown. Well, that's awesome. Currently reading Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell. I have been really intrigued by this one. I know that it's kind of like a horror romance, like horror fantasy romance. And I have heard not good things about the audio, like that the narrator kind of puts on a weird voice for the creature, for like the main character. So I don't know, Witchy, if you're listening on audio or if you're physically reading it, but I've decided if I'm going to read it, I'll probably do physically reading. So yeah, it's a really cool cover though. And it's queer, which is awesome.
Ooh, nice.
Picked up the kiddos from school, got a snack. Ooh, peanut butter and honey, Uncrustable. At the library where I work, one of my coworkers, she lives and breathes by the Uncrustable, which is like a childhood snack. I don't know, Lotta. Do you know what that is? Yeah, it's
No.
like a almost, how do I describe it? It's kind of like a tart almost, like the way it's designed, like a pastry, and then inside the pastry is like a peanut butter and jelly kind of concoction. So it's almost like a PB&J on the go, even though anyways, I never grew up eating it, but one of my coworkers always brings it for her lunch, and I'm just like, I hope you have more than that. But I hope you're enjoying it, Alicia, especially with honey. Honey sounds delicious as an ingredient. Wrote 3 reviews, awesome, and officially started November 9. Awesome. I need to actually, I've got a review I have to write for Goodreads and NetGalley. It's Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. Trying to get better about reviewing sooner, because usually I'm reviewing months later being like, yeah, I read that about 6 months ago. I can't remember what I think. So that's what it is. Also, Anna's here. Hello. Saw that you popped in here for the next half hour, trying to catch up on some booktube and also debating whether to DNF your current read. Dun, dun, dun. What's the book? let us know, Anna. Maybe we can confirm that you should DNF it or not. Yeah, sorry that you're not having a good time with it though. Made it as far as having breakfast. Going to continue with The Czar of Love and Techno by Anthony Mara. Ooh, I know what techno. Okay, and
I have
then
to look
City of
this up.
Glass. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is there like a disco ball on the cover? That's what I'm imagining. I feel like it's got to be like a dancey cover or something. Yeah. Sounds like a fun title, though. Read another 30 pages of This Poison Heart. We'll be reading The Final Strife next. Per your spinner. Sounds good. Highly recommend the audio for The Way of Kings. So good. Well, I mean, with how long it is, the fact that it's like 1,200 pages, I feel like I would need the audio. Or I'd be like, okay, so this is going to be my book for the next 6 months. All right. That's all you guys are going to see me read.
In 2025, I'm going to read one book.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what is my goal? To read one book. There we go. Did you look up the book, the techno one?
Yeah, I looked it up, but it looks. Oh wait, there is the cover.
Whoa! It looks like contemporary, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Ah, intriguing. Are you doing it for? I know that. So Jess does the book with a beat. Are you doing it for that, Jess? For your thing? And then, oh, let me see. What else did you say? I know it's long, but it didn't feel as long as it is. Okay. Especially once you get to the second half. Right. So after you've read 600 pages and you become more invested. Just kidding, Laura, but I totally respect it. And I've heard good things about that book. Probably not going to make much reading progress for a while. It's almost dinner time. Have to prep dinner for slow cooker tomorrow. Ooh, slow cooker. Tomorrow you will thank you because you'll have made the preparations for it. Also, Renee's here. Hello. Reading a Norwegian nonfiction. Ooh. So I'm assuming you're also reading it in Norwegian, which is very exciting too. So speaking of, got another Nordic. We were talking, Renee, about where we all come from. And it's very exciting when you can, be like, oh, we've got a bunch of European people in the comments. The main character is bewitched. Oh, in Bewitched is making some very questionable and cringy decisions, but still curious. Ooh, cringy decisions. You're feeling some secondhand embarrassment, maybe? Interesting. More admin things for Battle of the Booktuber. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I might have to look. If you have like notifications in the Discord, I might have to see what's going on. Got to page 100. This is not like the slasher I thought it would be so far, but I am really liking it. So involved in the story now. Okay. Ooh, I haven't read a slasher in a while. I'm actually kind of in the mood for that too, with like October around the corner. I think I'll do, your final check of your video. Oh, wait, am I reading that right? Yeah, do my final check of my video for tomorrow and then watch some YouTube for the rest of the evening. I also need to catch up on BookTube. I know a few people have mentioned that. It's just, you almost have to do a sprint for watching BookTube to be like, oh gosh, we do our
so
best.
much.
Glad you're enjoying the Midnight Feast. Yes, because Danny has read this. And Danny, I think you might have given it a 4.5, somewhere around there. Correct me if you're wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Not if you're wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you gave it something like that. And yeah, this was my source for the audio being a bit wonky, by the way. Let me see here. Brought my oldest to work. Now starting dinner. Teriyaki chicken stir fry.
Ooh, nice.
Stir fry is very lovely. Reading on ebook. Okay, that's what I was wondering as well. The monster's creepy, even though we're in their POV. Ooh, it's fascinating. Yeah, I think it sounds like a very interesting concept, like a really cool book. Migrations by Charlotte McConaughey, I guess. I really enjoyed Once There Was Wolves, but this one just isn't hitting. Okay, I definitely have heard of that one. I don't know if I've heard of Migrations. Maybe I'd recognize the cover, but isn't that always sad when you realize, oh, I love this one book by an author, and then I tried another, and that one just isn't hitting for you? Can you pinpoint why? Is it maybe the topic? Like maybe the storyline just doesn't, intrigue you? Haven't read any Lucy Foley book before. Ooh, Glenda. I'd have to think about what book to recommend. A lot of people say The Guest List is overhyped. I understand. I was lucky and I read it before it got really popular. But I think that one, or I haven't finished it, obviously, but The Midnight Feast. I feel like those two are probably her top works, like the ones that people talk about the most. Hunting Party and Paris Apartment, less people discuss it. Like, there are people who like it, but I feel like it's not as commonly appreciated. But I don't know. Maybe Joshua will disagree though and say The Paris Apartment is the bee's knees. Yeah, that's it. I'm doing it for Sufferathon. Hated the last Anthony Marr I read, but this seems to be a collection of 4 or 5 stories, so there isn't much time to drag. Okay, yeah, maybe you didn't like his long form work, but you like his short stories. Felt the same way. Loved Wolves, didn't love Migrations. Okay, so Jen is probably the right person to confirm to Anna. Might not be for you. And Anna has responded. Okay, good. Fun. Yeah, it's always nice when you're like, okay, am I going crazy? Or is
it me or the book?
Yeah. Is it like wrong time? Am I not understanding it? Or is there a reason I'm not appreciating it? But I've also seen authors where they say, like, if you like this by the author, you won't like this by the author. Like, it's very clear. Yeah, like, or if you didn't like this, you should still try this because people tend to like one or the other. I love that with authors. I mean, I don't like it. I want to like everything by an author, but I find it very interesting when you can tell the fandom is very separate. Where was I? I think I got distracted. It would be a good book for Read the Beats, though. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yep. Ooh, Fault E. That's Crope. Oh my gosh! Look at this title. This is awesome. This is so cool. About being trans in Norway. Oh. Wow, that's so interesting. Yeah, Renee, you're gonna have to let us know what you think of it, because that sounds like it'd be very thoughtful. I'm sure you've already said, but how are you liking Midnight Feast? I need some spooky books. I'm really liking it. Like, so the spookiness is coming with the idea of, so it's in Dorset. It's in kind of like a rural community. This very elite kind of privileged woman ends up buying the land and creating the manor, this kind of spa resort. And all the locals are upset because it's kind of like developed a lot of the woodsy area. There are ramblers who should be kind of like able to ramble, and they're supposed to be able to like have this like good path where they go through, but because the resort has cut them off, they're angry. And there's like all of this like folklore and kind of like local legend of this group called the Birds. And there's been mention of like them leaving a black feather somewhere. And like, I don't know if that's like an omen where they're like, you're next if you find the like black feather. So it is kind of eerie. And like, so there's been some jokes, and there's also been like mentions of seeing some shadows in the woods, like people who are in hoods and things. So yeah.
Spooky.
Spooky. Yes. Didn't mention the title before because it's not out in English. Yeah, no, understandable. I was going to say, I was like, ooh, what is it? And I'm like, I shouldn't even have asked. Oh, but I'm assuming the author is Luca Espeseth. Interesting. Okay, so maybe I'll keep an eye out for that author in case it ever does get translated, because that'd be great. Because sadly, I don't know all the languages. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it be, to be, is it a polyglot who knows many languages? 4.5. Really like the ending. Ooh, and we got a little tee at the end. So very exciting. Think the storyline is okay, but not gripping. Plus, I kind of hate the main character. Ooh. Yeah, that's never great when you're like, okay, I'm not really a huge fan. And oh my gosh, Renee, high praise. I appreciate it. Because it's always interesting because you want to almost read it phonetically, but phonetically is dependent on your own language background. So I love it, though. I think it's really interesting. And we do have actually on screen, including with Norway, and I think Danish is also a Germanic language. So technically, we all kind of are in the same realm. As far as like Dutch, English, Norwegian, Danish. Do we have any Germans in the house? We're all language adjacent to each other in a way. Very different, but still, it's very fun to look at. And then yay for finishing, Laura. I know we really should be saying congratulations. Like, you finished such a big book. which is awesome. And got sidetracked from crocheting. Ooh, to groom kittens. That sounds very fun. Did the kittens like it? Maybe they aren't as big of fans, but I think it'd probably be fun. Shards of Earth is good so far. Awesome. Well, we have reached the end of the comments, and we're about to go into our final sprint before I transfer you all to Kelsey, who will go for another maybe 4 hours. But I wanted to double check. Lotta, are you going to be going to bed soon?
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yes, please do.
Pretty late.
Sleep is important. It is quite late for you. But yeah, so thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I wish you could
so
be on my
much for
channel more
having me.
often. Yes, of course. We'll have to come back on again. Be sure, everyone, to check out Lotta's channel in the description. Obviously, she's been lovely, so there's no reason you shouldn't be doing it. But Lotta, is there anything special on your channel happening, or just who knows, going with the flow?
Not really. I am planning on doing some cozy vlogs, and I'm definitely going to do the 13 days of Halloween again this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I've been planning.
Yahoo! Sounds great. And of course, the super fan. I compete with Danny for being your ultimate fan. Like we're both stans of Lotta, basically. Yes, sleep well. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
all of the positive comments because we love Lotta here. Lotta's the best. But okay. Also, Anna, sounds good. Go pick up the hubby. We'll see you later. And yes, woohoo! 13 days of Halloween. Okay, anyways, all the hype. Also, Stacy and Steph, Stacy or Steph, which one is here, finished up the workday, hoping to continue the audio of finales tonight. Awesome. Yes! Finally, people are doing the assignment. Thank you, Anna, so much. Woohoo! And yes, welcoming Stacy. Okay, anyways, we're gonna let Lotta go to sleep. Good night, Lotta. Have a great one, and I'll see everybody in the last chatty bit. Happy sprinting.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, welcome back from that last sprint on my channel. I did see that a few people joined. Because you joined, don't worry, there are more sprints. We're just going to be going over to Kelsey's. Joanne joined. Hi, JK, how are you? I saw that a few people answered what they were doing. Obviously, I'm reading The Midnight Feast. Una's back too from groceries. Tired, but now I have to work and then make dinner. It never ends. It truly is cruel. And then Nicole had to leave, off to edit a video and rest. Totally support that, especially because it's probably been a very big day of unpacking and kind of organizing stuff in your new space. Also, Sadia's here. Hello, birthday buddy. I recently discovered that Sadia and I have the same birthday, which is very fun. Welcome. Servasha came too. Hello. Just home from work. Well, congratulations. I hope the rest of your evening ends up being nice and calm. And we also had Rainy join just in time. Getting ready for Brittany and Kelsey sprints. Gonna also read The Midnight Feast. Look at us, all of us. Yeah, honestly, that was not Midnight Beast. That's a different book. I honestly, on a whim, this weekend when I realized that this was the book club book, I was like, you know what? I have it from the library. I really should read it because I've renewed it a couple times as well. And I'm only reading it physically, but I've gotten through it pretty quickly. Like I've read 90 pages today. So in 3 sprints, in 3 hours, I've read 90 pages. Pretty quick because I'm nearly a third of the way through it then, because there's only like 350 pages in the book. So yeah, like if I had one more sprint, I would be like over a third of the way, which is pretty crazy. So it's going by really quickly. I'm really enjoying it. And I think, Rainy, were you among us who liked the guest list? I think you did. I think that's one of the things we've agreed upon. This is reminding me of that as far as like the writing style and the multiple perspectives, the kind of like, I don't know, the vibe is there. So I'm into it. I'm having a really good time. And yeah, I can feel us getting ever closer. Like there's been like certain threats, certain strange happenings. You can like feel the tension rising. It's also super hot. That is something that I also really appreciate is weather, like inclement weather or like certain temperature forcing people to like act in a certain way or like rising the tension. So it's like the two extremes, either like a winter storm or a rainstorm, it's freezing and all of these things, like you can't drive anywhere, so everyone's forced to stay in their place. Or you have the opposite where it's going to be a scorcher, and so everything is heated. Like, you know, everyone is so hot, you can't cool down. Emotions are rising. People are acting rashly because of like how hot it is. It's a recipe for disaster. So I'm into that too. Yeah, very good. Also, Tennille's here. Hello, arrived just at the end. Too much adulting. Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully the adulting is done, at least for now, for today. We also have Sherry. Hello. Yes, so you all arrived during my last sprint, but don't worry. We're going to go over and hang out with Kelsey and Brittany. And I might take a break from the Midnight Feast because I've been reading it all day. And then I might do a booktube sprint for their first sprint. And then we'll see, because I have another book that I'm prioritizing that I know it doesn't look like I'm very far, but I kind of want to finish it tonight. Grave Expectations. I'm doing it for a vlog. And so I'm scheduling and stuff. I feel like I might have to put the Midnight Feast down, but I am really liking it. You will have to let me know your thoughts. Yes. It's going to be good to have like everyone read this book so we can all kind of talk about it. I knew I was going to like it, you know, the premise and everything. It just took me a while to finally read it, you know. Good evening, y'all. Yep, no worries, Sherry. If you have to go, because it is kind of probably possibly getting late for you, depending on where you are. Got to 64 out of 307 of November 9. Awesome, Alicia. Another load of laundry done. About to send the boys off to role play some D&D. Sounds great. Yeah, typical Tuesday schedule. Sounds about right. Think maybe Neva and I have the same birthday. Isn't that so fun? You're like, what? Wait a second. Yeah, I love that. I love discovering when people have the same birthdays as you. Because like, what are the chances? There are so many dates in the year, obviously. So it doesn't really happen very often. Lynn's finished reading Hell's Paradise, Volume 11. Ooh, awesome. Continuing a series. We love to see it. Yes, yay for Lynn's. Danny is switching to Gideon the Ninth now. I'll finally be able to read. Sounds lovely. Yeah, crazy day, right? With all the admin for Battle of the Booktubers. Woohoo! And yeah, okay, you loved that's what I thought. I was like, I'm 99% sure that we bonded over both liking the guest list. Yes, like I remember really enjoying the guest list, and I am really enjoying this right now, to be completely honest. Like, it's early days, but it feels good to be back with this author. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that I skipped Paris Apartment, just because I feel like I wasn't sure about that title, whereas this one, the setting and everything else feels very much up my alley. Listened to Love and Techno, did some happy coloring. Ooh, very nice. Of course. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Also, yeah, remember to hydrate. I appreciate the like if you guys want to do it, but no pressure. You're on page 266 of Killers of the Flower Moon. Sherry, that has been on my list for so long. I own one of the books prior to the movie coming out. I think it was a movie, and I really want to read it before I watch the movie. Got to page 195 of House of Marion. Very nice. Sherry's also reading The One by Charles Dickens. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, East Coast. Look at us. Paris Apartment wasn't your favorite. See, this is my feeling. I feel like Lucy Foley, like the books that I can think of, Paris Apartment, Hunting Party, The Guest List, Midnight Feast. Like, I feel like that's the divide there. At least in my opinion. It just feels like the Midnight Feast is more along the lines of those who like the guest list, because I read The Hunting Party and I wasn't that impressed by it. I gave it 3 stars. It was fine. So yeah, when the Paris Apartment came up, I was like, I don't know. But this one has the same idea of like a big gathering, people coming from different places, having different secrets, being connected to each other in different ways. Their pasts kind of intertwining with the present. So yeah, it's very similar to the guest list as far as like structure and like the skeleton. So that's why I think it's my thing. And then, okay, gotta go. Hope to see you later. Sounds good, Courtney. And neither was The Hunting Party. Yeah. So we are onto something. I think we're onto something. The two divided. I think that if you like the guest list, you're gonna like Midnight Feast. I think that's the formula. So this might be my last try with Lucy. I'm telling you, like, again, I'm only 90 pages in, but I feel very confident that those two go together. Like, if you like one, you're going to like the other. When it comes to The Hunting Party and the Paris Apartment, I think just on premise alone, I should have known that those weren't going to be my thing. Of course, Linda. Yes, and Lotta being here too. She was so lovely, but very late for her. So we're going to have her on again. I feel like her books are all the same. Oh, yeah, but maybe not. That's true. But I would say the guest list and The Hunting Party were very different, in my opinion. Like, I think that The Hunting Party, and what made me worried about the Paris Apartment, is the classic thriller where just everyone's terrible. And you're like, we can't have this. Thrillers, you guys need to calm down. You need to have some likable characters. Because truly, like, I think that's what I'm tired of seeing, is getting into a thriller and I'm like, everybody sucks. Like, how about you all just get to your demise already? Whereas I felt like with the guest list, that wasn't necessarily the case. We had some characters who had been wronged, or, that you kind of were rooting for. And I feel like that with this, like, not everyone's like loathable. Like, I don't loathe everyone, which is very nice. So maybe that's my opinion. Honestly, don't know why I love the guest list, but I did. Yeah, maybe right time, right book. Rainey, you were talking about The Great Expectations. I really read it since so I was talking about Grave Expectations. I don't know if that's what you thought, but yeah, so I'm reading Grave Expectations. And that's been very fun. I'm excited to get back to it. All right, sounds good. Switching, you're juggling a lot of books, Sherry. Good for you. Okay, so I don't want us to arrive at Kelsey Sprints late, so I'm going to get us set up to go over there. But thanks, everyone, for hanging out with me, whether you were here all day, whether you were able to join for the last chatty bit, and now you're going to go have fun with Brittany and Kelsey. I'll probably see you guys there periodically, but I also got to, like, get dinner and, probably have a booktube sprint and stuff, so we'll see how chatty I'll be, but I'm definitely going to be over there and I'll see you guys. But yeah, all right, of course. Thanks everybody. Seriously, always fun, always nice to have a nice group on Tuesdays to like push through, be productive, all that jazz. But okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.